That night, Jerusalem did not sleep. A strange silence settled over the city as dark clouds slowly swallowed the sky. The wind moved through the narrow streets like a warning, heavy and restless, as if the earth itself was struggling to breathe. No one knew it yet, but history was about to change forever. Beneath the shadow of ancient olive trees, Jesus walked quietly with his disciples, 33 years old. Long, wavy brown hair resting on his shoulders, a short beard framing a face both gentle and strong. Deep, steady eyes filled with love, yet carrying the weight of sorrow no one else could see. Though his followers walked beside him, the burden in his heart was his alone. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he stopped. Slowly, he fell to his knees. Looking up into the dark sky, his voice trembled but did not break. "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." In that prayer, there was fear, there was pain, but above all, there was surrender. Suddenly, the darkness flickered with torchlight. The sound of metal armor and heavy footsteps shattered the silence. Judas stepped forward, guilt in his eyes, but determination in his actions. He leaned in and kissed him on the cheek. A gesture of friendship turned into betrayal. Soldiers rushed in, grabbing him roughly, pushing, binding, dragging him away. Yet he did not resist. There was no hatred in his eyes, only mercy. He was brought before the high priest, surrounded by shouting voices and false accusations. Lies filled the air like smoke. "Are you the Son of God?" they demanded. Calmly, he answered, "You say that I am." His silence carried more power than their rage. At dawn, he stood before Pontius Pilate. Pilate studied his face, searching for anger, rebellion, defiance, but found none. "I find no fault in this man," Pilate declared. But the crowd roared louder, their voices rising like a storm. "Crucify him." Fear, politics, pressure. Justice collapsed beneath the weight of public fury. Then the torture began. Whips tore into his back, flesh broke, blood stained the white robe he once wore with dignity. Soldiers twisted a crown of thorns onto his head, pressing it down as they mocked him. "Hail, King of the Jews," they laughed. He endured it in silence, not the silence of weakness, but the silence of love. A heavy wooden cross was placed upon his torn shoulders. Step by step, he walked through the crowded streets. Some wept, some cursed, some watched without feeling anything at all. Under the crushing weight, he stumbled and fell. Dust mixed with blood. For a moment, it seemed he would not rise again. But he did, because this was not defeat. This was destiny. At Golgotha, the place of the skull, they laid him down upon the cross. The hammer lifted. The first nail pierced his hand. The sound echoed across the hill. Then the other hand, then his feet. The cross was raised into the sky. Pain covered his face, yet his eyes remained the same, steady, forgiving. Looking toward heaven, he spoke through agony. "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." At noon, darkness swallowed the sun. The earth trembled beneath a violent sky. Thunder roared as if creation itself was mourning. With his final breath, he declared, "It is finished." His head fell forward. Silence. The hill stood still. The sky stood still. Humanity stood still. A Roman soldier, shaken and whispering, said, "Surely this was the Son of God." At that very moment, the temple curtain tore in two, from top to bottom, as if heaven had opened its door. His body was taken down gently, wrapped in linen, and laid inside a borrowed tomb. A massive stone was rolled across the entrance. Guards stood watch in the cold night air. To the world, it was over.